Hey, music night was good. Was good. You know what? I'm glad it's the weekend. You know what I mean? I was glad it was last weekend. And we're gonna continue the tradition. We good. Everything good. Levels is good. Levels is good. Levels is levels. What is that? I got a stain. Where'd that come from? Joint sticking out too. Oh shoot. I know what that is. This is oregano oil. It ain't coming out. Yeah. Uh. 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 So tonight we talk about Super Bowl music controversies. Hit that like button. I hope my friends come out tonight. So when we say Super Bowl music controversies, y'all know that the halftime show at the Super Bowl always has popular artists and they be kicking it. It's a really great way to get a lot of exposure. Not everybody gets a chance to perform at the Super Bowl. And this Super Bowl is going to be different. Well, the past few Super Bowls, Jay-Z has had a lot to do with booking the talent. Much to the chagrin of some, and much to the pleasure of others. So it would be nice if sports were devoid of all the political hoopla. But just like anything else, it ain't escaping all of that. So we're going to talk about the halftime show tonight at the Super Bowl. So what we're going to do is, since some people feel like there should only be American icons performing at the Super Bowl, we're going to go over some of the history of people who have performed at the Super Bowl. And let's see what we see. You and me. What up? Yo, hit that like button, y'all. Don't be stingy to me. I appreciate you, see. My name is Sun 7 and I Hit that like button, y'all. Too early for calls, y'all. People just want to know if the number. They just want to know if the number worked. I understand. You said, hey, look, a phone number. We can call in. Let's see if the number works. It does. But we haven't opened up the lines. 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 We here. We here. Oh, we're going to get some trolling tonight. I said, we're going to get some trolling tonight. Urban Therapy with Sun 752 with this your daily. It's the Daily Go-Getter-mism show. You think it ain't when it is? You think it won't when it is? We are here and we are in motion. We do this thing, taking all fast lane, no coasting, and everything is gonna be all right. We talk about Super Bowl music controversies tonight. Super Bowl music controversies. That's what we're talking about tonight on the Daily Go-Getterism show. So we're going to be talking about all of the controversy that is going on around Bad Bunny being selected to perform at the Super Bowl number 60. This is the 60th Super Bowl. Y'all know who won the 59th one, right? That's the Philadelphia Eagles. And you know who's going to win 60, right? Yes. Class is in session. So, unfortunately, the Super Bowl has become very politicized over the years. Very, very politicized over the years. And a lot of people have a lot of things to say about how the Super Bowl halftime show performers are selected. And whether they are good or bad or whatever. I've never seen a bad Super Bowl performance. I don't know. Maybe it's a judgment call, but I've never seen what I would consider to be a bad Super Bowl performance. It's a subjective thing, but most of the performers that I've ever seen perform at the Super Bowl have been pretty good. Now, whether the Super Bowl itself was good, like the game, I remember I think Super Bowl 53. Super Bowl 53, because the Eagles won Super Bowl 52. Shameless plug. Super Bowl 53 was between the New England Patriots and I believe the LA Rams. and it was like 10-13 or some bullshit like that. Don't nobody want to see. Don't nobody want to see no low scoring game like that. All of that defense, no offense in the Super Bowl, especially when the Eagles and the Patriots put on an offensive clinic the year before. So anyway, we're going to talk about Super Bowl music controversy. So basically, we're going to be talking about the halftime shows, past, previous, present, and possibly future. Like with Bad Bunny performing at this Super Bowl this year, what is it going to mean for the selection of performers to perform at Super Bowls going into the future? What's it going to mean? What does it mean to you? What does it mean to me? What does it mean to us? What does it mean to sports? Have we gotten so far away from the actual sport that we're politicizing everything and kind of drowning out the competitive nature of what the game is all about? I mean, personally, I watch the Super Bowl for the teams, and I don't really give a shit who wins when the Eagles are not in it. So that means there have been at least we've been to 5 Super Bowls. I haven't given a shit about 53 of them. Yeah. No. Yeah. 53, maybe 54. 54. All right, let's I'm going to get this hardware out of the way. That's what I'm going to do. Get this hardware out of the way, and then we can have this conversation, shall we? Please do me one little favor. I'm not going to ask you for anything else. Please hit the like button. It helps the channel. The channel needs help. You know, I ain't too proud to ask. All right, who we got? Lizard Lil Man. That's what's up. Thanks for coming through. T. Carry right morning, noon, and night. It's always great to have my peepers going directly into your site. And Toothless. What up, Toothless? And Eli. Let me see. Yusef L says, peace, family, and love. What's up, brother Troy? If you're on here, this is the Lyft driver, Yusef. Thanks for telling me about this channel. Oh, shit. That's what's up. My brother Troy. You know what I mean? Putting us on with the Lyft drivers. Thanks for the promo, my dude. Thank you for the promo. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Damn, Lizard says, this is the best stream I came across all day. Well, you ain't seen nothing yet. We ain't get into this thing yet, but we going to make it hot. We going to make it real hot. Trust and believe. Trust and believe. All right, let's go. So let me put my clothes on here, and then we can go ahead and have this conversation, man. We're talking about Super Bowl music controversies. Super Bowl music controversies. Here it is. October. The Super Bowl is until February. But we already have a lot of controversy about who's performing at the halftime show. And I guess that's all we can talk about for the time being, because we don't know who's going to be in the Super Bowl except for the Eagles. Like, I don't know who the Eagles are going to play in the Super Bowl this year. How can I know? How can I know what bum team that will play? How can I know that they gonna lose? They will. How can I know the Birds are the only team that will win? Fuck them other guys. This is liquor. I'm drinking liquor. Oh. I'm drinking some good liquor. I'm drunk and I'm ready to go. I'm going to stumble through this. I'm going to stumble and slur my way through this show, and we're going to have a good time. We'll have some fun now. Just me and all the gang, learning from each other while we do our thing. All right, let's go, man. Y'all ready? Because I am Hold on. Let's see what we got here. What we got here? Turn. No. All right, let's go, man. Let's go. Let's get this thing popping. What up? What up, my peoples? Super Bowl music controversy, baby. Super Bowl music controversy. What do y'all know? What do you know? What do you know about controversy surrounding the Super Bowl? What do you know? Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Now, I hate to say this, and I hate that it's true, but unfortunately, this year's Super Bowl halftime show selection, Bad Bunny, has brought out the white supremacy in the American public once again. Once again, white supremacy is rearing its ugly head. Once again, the racism and the discrimination and the bigotry and all of that, all of the negativity is going to pour out in we're not even waiting until the game starts. We bitching now. We are bitching now, right now, like out the gate. So let me find out from y'all. What up, my man Troy Diesel? Troy Diesel is all up in the house and Kim's Whims. How y'all feeling? Good to see y'all here always. Always. Wait a minute now. Yo. I break it down, break it down. What's good? My man Troy Diesel. What's good?
What up, family? I just want to say this before we start. Bad Bunny's playing the Super Bowl this year, and I said, fuck them.
You wrote that? You wrote that?
I just came up with it.
You know what I mean?
Listen, I'm a prolific songwriter.
You can do it. You can do it. I got you.
Listen to this one. You can do it. Put your back into it.
You know what I mean? I'm ready. I'm ready to jam tonight. I mean, I wasn't ready. Now I am.
I'm gonna get mad at a person with the last name of Bunny. You don't get mad at Bugs. I'm gonna get mad at Bad Bunny.
Yo, it's going down. It's going down. I swear, man.
Rabbit.
This country will never ever turn down a chance to show their little racist ugly head. They will never ever squander a chance to do that. It's crazy. It's really, really crazy. But hey, it's going down. Now, I have to say this. I did not know who Bad Bunny was before I found out that he was performing at the halftime show. Now, I don't know about y'all, but this is the earliest I've ever heard about who was going to be performing at the halftime show. Do they normally announce it this early?
No, last year they announced it early too with Kendrick.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? They sure did.
Yeah.
They announced that back in the summertime.
No, they announced it around the same time.
Was it? I could have sworn like people was bitching about that shit in August.
Well, you know, they can bitch about anything.
But they definitely didn't waste any time doing that, bitching about something.
You want me to tell you when I heard about Bad Bunny?
Yeah,
I heard about Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny. Not only is he ready to perform at the Super Bowl and he's worldwide famous, he's also knocking off one of the Kardashians.
Oh, is he?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yes. He's knocking with one of The horse.
One of them whores?
Yeah. The Hordashians.
The Hordashians. I hear that. They have been known to be they've been known to have very friendly vaginas.
Well, I also like to mention that they are very prolific horse.
Yeah.
I'm going to use the word prolific. Sometime tonight, I'm going to keep using the word prolific.
Okay. Well, prolific means that you produce. So, you know, I don't think that you're wrong. You might be right on track with that. You might be right on track with that.
On the phone.
Well, you already know. You know how we do.
Well, I mean, but she up here in the background not saying nothing. What, she got the whooping cough or something?
Well, you know, Kim.
I was waiting for y'all to shut up so I can say something. But you know how it goes.
Now, see, you know what? Now, just for that, I was just
me out. When the rope is turning, you always can jump in. Don't act like you don't know how to play double dutch.
I was just getting ready to say that she normally practices, you know, being patient. But since she was waiting for us to shut up, like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to take away. Yeah, I'm going to take away my praise and my recognition and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was just waiting for a chance to fuck shit up. You know what I'm saying?
Is that what I come to do?
Evidently. You know what I mean? You took away my ability to compliment you. You know, now I got to take it somewhere else. All right, so.
Well, let me say something first. What's up, everybody?
That's what I did today. What? I gave a homeless person $10 in quarters, and he gave it back. So he ain't got no change.
That was not a good one, Troy. What's up, everybody? Hey, chat. Hey, family. Hey, music heads. What's up, Troy? I never left home, so you don't have to welcome me back home. I've just been dealing with some things. What's up, son? I know you're feeling like a real man should. And you too, Troy. Hey, what's up? What's up?
You still feeling like a real man should.
And to correct you, Troy, no, Bad Bunny is not messing with Kendall Jenner. That was an old relationship from last year. He's moved on probably to better.
Well, I'm surprised getting the Super Bowl because, you know, when you mess with a Kardashian, your career goes down the drain. So I'm shocked.
Well, here, let's get to it. Let's get to it. I don't even care who he's screwing. Let's get to it.
Let's get to it.
This country right here always wants to be seen. This is the Super Bowl we know is a national branding moment, and the United States, America, wants to show a brand of what the United States looks like. It has a painted color or race that it wants to present to the rest of the world, and it does not include anybody who looks like the back of my hand, but somebody who looks like the middle of my palm. That's what this country always wants to represent. So, of course, there's always controversy when it's anyone brown or black who's included in their national branding moment. Although we know in the beginning, the Super Bowl was more like a marching band pageantry style mess. And in the 90s, they felt like, oh, this other culture, this other group, they popping. We need to include them so we can bring them in and make more money. And so then they start doing that. But they still have a problem with it.
Okay. The NFL has always been about their cash. They are undefeated when it comes to money, and they never miss an opportunity to make more. Worldwide, internationally, and universally. So there is no faction probably in this country like the NFL. You know what I mean? Every owner is a billionaire. You know what I mean? There's nobody struggling as an NFL owner. It's very, all of them are white, every last one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And up until the Rams went back to LA, it was all white males. Now, but the Rams used to be owned by a white lady when they were in St. Louis. Okay, so the reason why that's important to know is because it shouldn't really surprise you when certain sprinklings, certain energies of white supremacy start to kick in. And that's not to say that white people can't have anything or own anything or control anything without interjecting white supremacy. I'm not saying that at all. But it does get to that. It is that is the foundation of it. And there are no black owners, there are no Latino, no Asians, no nothing. So, when it walks like a duck, talks like a duck, quacks like a duck, water can't seem to stay on it, then it's pretty much a duck. They have it sectioned off so only certain people can get into that club. Because there have been black people that wanted to buy an NFL team, and
well, there is one black person that's a part owner of an NFL team.
And who's that?
Magic Johnson, the Commanders.
Okay, what's his percentage?
That I don't know. I think he might be a minority owner. I don't know if he's a majority owner, but he might be a minority.
Well, let me see, because a lot of times
I think Usher owns part of has a percentage of the Cleveland Browns. Because he told me this was his confessions.
Okay, cool. Are there any black owners of an NFL team? It says no, there are no black principal majority owners of NFL teams, but there are a growing number of black minority owners with a record number expected for the 2025 season. Notable black minority owners include Magic Johnson, like you said, Washington Commanders, Venus and Serena Williams of the Miami Dolphins, and Lewis Hamilton and Melody Hobson of the Denver Broncos.
Wow.
Condoleezza Rice, former Secretary of State and a minority owner of the Denver Broncos. Other owners, the Atlanta Falcons have several minority owners, including filmmaker Will Packer and former Sam's Club CEO Rosalind Brewer. Okay. All right. So we have some people who have a small stake in NFL teams. Okay, cool. That's good to know.
You know what I mean?
But it doesn't change the face of what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, because it's literally minorities in society having a minority stake in the team. Like, no matter how much you got, you still a minority up in this bitch. So, all right. But, it's not about the racism, but race, because Bad Bunny was chosen as the halftime show performer for Super Bowl 60, the racism is oozing out of here. Now, some people may say that it's because he's a controversial figure, because of his rebellious tendencies, like speaking out openly against ICE, and not being a fan of Donald Trump and things like that. So to a certain degree, it's understandable. But it doesn't explain away the outright racism or outright bigotry that's being displayed. And unfortunately, this administration has a way of being a breeding ground for outright overt racism. It's terrible, and they're always in denial of it, but it is what it is. All right. So this is what we're going to do tonight. Since we've heard several figures say that they're not going to watch this year's halftime show. Never said they weren't going to watch the Super Bowl, but some people have said that they're not going to watch the halftime show this year, and that Bad Bunny shouldn't have been selected. Nobody knows who he is, and nobody knows his music, and that it should be primarily American icons or popular American acts that perform at the Super Bowl. What we're gonna do is we're gonna see if we can challenge that. So what I want to do is I want to see how we got here. I want to see how we got from Super Bowl 1 to Super Bowl 60 and see what the halftime shows were like from 1 getting up here and see if we see an American pattern in all of these Super Bowls. Shall we?
Yes, but I came on at the time when you said who was going to win the Super Bowl this year. Who you say was going to win the Super Bowl this year?
Eagles, Eagles. So I don't know who we're going to beat this time, but like I guess it remains to be seen. Maybe the Buffalo Bills.
But they're the one with the funk man Skittles.
Well, they have a way of choking at the when it really comes down to it, and I kind of expect that to happen again.
Ice Cube said that, man.
Ice Cube said that.
Yes, he said I'm the one with the funk man Skittles, and I won't choke like a Buffalo Bill.
Right? Okay, he did say that. He did say that. All right. So
let me ask you this though, before you go to that, wouldn't we consider Bad Bunny an American performer?
We're going to get into all of that, Kim. We got time. We're going to get into all of that. Because evidently, people don't understand Puerto Rico. They don't understand the U.S. Virgin Islands. They don't understand Guam. They barely understand Hawaii.
They barely understand the United States. So there's that.
Well, yeah. Well, since we sending troops to cities, American cities and shit, Look, I'm trying not to be political. I'm trying not to.
It's not gonna happen, bro. It's not.
Hey, I'm trying.
Not in this climate, in this topic, because it's just showing its ugly head. This country is showing its ugly head once again, and we're not going to keep calling people who were here first minorities. So, go ahead. I'm ready.
Okay. So
I'm ready to talk about the first one and move it on down. When the controversy started, because they started the controversy back when they were still doing stuff. It's the first. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
I did my homework.
You ready?
Yes, I did my homework. This kind of stuff. I've been looking at this ever since they talked about it.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see. No, I don't like that list. Let me get this. I got. All right, let's go. Let's go. Okay. Right.
Congratulations to Manifest Reality. Had another bundle of joy.
Okay. So, yeah. Bundle of joy.
Yeah, she just put it up there. Had another bundle of joy. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Is it your baby or?
No, she said, I'm so tired. I've been up since 3 and was blessed with another. Might be.
Well,
yeah, is it your baby Manifest Reality?
I'm like, she's here. We could probably clear that up,
I mean, hey, you can be in the hospital after just delivered.
A grandbaby.
Okay, she said my son. That's what's up.
Yeah, I assumed it was a grandbaby.
Oh, her son.
Having a baby right now.
Hey.
Look, I wasn't thinking, but some people be playing. They be playing late. You know what I mean? They shooting the ball late in the gym. So,
Nothing wrong with that. Shoot, we know a comedian that just had another baby, and he's 70-something years old.
All right. So
let's get to the show. Though. I understand.
All right. So we're going to go down the list of Super Bowl performers from the first Super Bowl. We're going to have to kind of run through this kind of quick because, so this is what I'm going to say. It looks like from the first Super Bowl until
70s. No, it was the 70s when they had the first black people performing in the Super Bowl was in the 70s.
With the Grambling State Band?
It was Southern University and HBCU. The first HBCU that performed was in 1970.
Well, they have Grambling here.
Mm-mm.
So
Grambling came later. The first was Southern University.
all right, let me see. Well, all right. In the first Super Bowl, it was University of Arizona and Grambling State marching bands. In the second Super Bowl, it was Grambling. And the third Super Bowl, it was Florida A&M University.
Damn.
And the next Super Bowl, it was Carol Channing. Like what?
Channing.
I'm like, what did she do? All right. And then in 71, it was Florida A&M. So,
well, I'm thinking maybe I'm going by the first one that got national billing because they didn't never talk about that. The first one that got national billing was Southern University.
All right, because they went back to in 74, the University of Texas. Then 75, Duke Ellington with Mercer Ellington and Grambling.
But prior to that, they didn't give no credit to black colleges, HBCUs. They didn't give any credit to HBCUs being involved into the 70s.
Well, whether they gave them credit for that or not, they can't change what it was. And what it was is that evidently the first Super Bowls were, as far as the halftime shows were concerned, were definitely not predicated on racism. And that's important to note because you would think that, it was rooted in that, especially coming, in being in the 60s, the civil rights era, because the first Super Bowl was in 1967. So, it's important. I think it's important for us to know that history because in 1976, 200 years and just a baby, tribute to America's bicentennial. 1977 is A Small World, including crowd participation for the first time with spectators waving colored placards on cue. 1978, from Paris to the Paris of America with Tyler Apache Baez, Pete Fountain, and Al Hurt. 1979, Super Bowl Carnival, Salute to the Caribbean with Ken Hamilton and various Caribbean bands. 1980, a salute to the big band era with Up with People. 1981, Mardi Gras Festival. 1982, a salute to the 60s and Motown. 1983, Kaleidoscope, a kaleidoscope of color and sound. 1984, salute to the superstars of the silver screen. 1985, A World of Children's Dreams. 1986, Beat of the Future. 1987, Salute to Hollywood's 100th anniversary. 1988, Something Grand featuring 88 grand pianos and the Rockettes and Chubby Checker. 1989, Bebop Bamboozled featuring 3D effects. 1990, Salute to New Orleans and 40th anniversary of Peanuts characters featuring trumpeter Pete Fountain, Doug Kershaw, and Irma Thomas. 1991, A Small World, salute to 25 years of the Super Bowl featuring New Kids on the Block. 1992, Winter Magic, including a salute to the Winter Season and Winter Olympics featuring Gloria Estefan, Brian Boitano, and Dorothy Hamill. 1993. Do you remember?
Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Heal the World featuring Michael Jackson and 3,500 local children. Finale included audience card stunt. 1994. Rocking Country Sunday featuring Clint Black, Tanya Tucker, Travis Tritt, Winona and Naomi Judd. Finale included.
I love that one.
Finale included flashlight stunt. You gotta chill. 1995, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Forbidden Eye, featuring Tony Bennett, Patti LaBelle, Arturo Sandoval, the Miami Sound Machine, and stunts including fire and skydivers. Finale included audience participation with light sticks. 1996, Diana Ross celebrating 30 years of the Super Bowl with special effects, pyrotechnics, and stadium card stunt. Finale featured Diana Ross being taken from the stadium in a helicopter. 1997, Blues Brothers Bash featuring Dan Aykroyd, John Goodman, and James Belushi, also featuring the Godfather of Soul, James Brown, and ZZ Top. 1998, a tribute to Motown's 40th anniversary, including Boyz II Men, Smokey Robinson, Queen Latifah, Martha Reeves, and The Temptations. 1999, Celebration of Soul, Salsa and Swing, featuring Stevie Wonder, Gloria Estefan, Big Bad Voodoo Daddy, and tap dancer Savion Glover. 2000, A Tapestry of Nations, featuring Phil Collins, Christina Aguilera, Enrique Iglesias, Tony Braxton, and an 80-person choir. 2001, The Kings of Rock and Pop, featuring Aerosmith, NSYNC, Britney Spears, Mary J. Blige, and Nelly. 2002, U2. 2003, Shania Twain, No Doubt, and Sting. 2004, Janet Jackson, Kid Rock, P. Diddy, Nelly, and Justin Timberlake. Know what happened then? You know.
Was that the city?
That was Nipplegate.
That was definitely that one. 2005, Paul McCartney. 2006, The Rolling Stones. 2007, Prince and the Florida A&M Marching Band. 2008, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. 2009, Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band. 2010, The Who.
Who?
The Who. 2016, The Black Eyed Peas, Usher, and Slash. 2012, Madonna. 2013, Beyonce. In 2014, Bruno Mars, Red Hot Chili Peppers. 2015, Katy Perry, Lenny Kravitz, and Missy Elliott. 2016, Coldplay, Beyonce, and Bruno Mars again. 2017, Lady Gaga. 2018, Justin Timberlake and the Tennessee Kids.
That's the year we won the Super Bowl.
We sure the fuck did. 2019, Maroon 5, Travis Scott, and Big Boy.
And that's the year of Colin Kaepernick. So it was a whole bunch of controversy surrounding that one.
No, because Colin Kaepernick was 2016. By 2019, he was done.
But a lot of artists turned it down because of that. So
really?
In 2019, a lot of artists had already turned it down.
3 years later?
Because of that.
3 years later?
Yeah, they were saying that the politics of the NFL, they were being complicit. The show was being complicit. And they had a problem with them adding Travis Scott and Big Boy.
Okay. 2020.
And they didn't like Maroon 5 either, to be honest, because they were very vocal about their opinion.
And what was their opinion?
They did not agree with half the shit that went on, but they supported Callan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
2020, Shakira, Jennifer Lopez, Bad Bunny, J Balvin, and Emmett. So he already been here. I didn't know that.
I did.
I didn't know that.
He was an American artist then.
Okay. 2021. I remember this because this is my favorite artist, The Weeknd. All right. No, he really is my favorite artist. I'm not bullshitting.
D Porter said, "Why can't we have a classy white performer?"
Okay.
We try to figure it out too.
We gonna get to all of that. We can get to all that. Mm-hmm. All right. 2022.
That was the Dre show.
Okay, Eminem, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Kendrick Lamar, and Mary J. Blige.
And Snoop.
I know they didn't even mention 50 Cent. Like, I guess he didn't count.
Oh yeah, that's right, because he was upside down.
I sure saw him. Yep. Yeah, I mean, 2023, Rihanna.
Mm-hmm. She was pregnant.
Okay, 2024, Usher with special guests Alicia Keys, Jermaine Dupri,
everybody,
her, Will I Am, Lil Jon, and Ludacris. Yeah. In 2025. In 2025, Kendrick Lamar with special guest SZA. Mm-hmm. And 2026 will be Bad Bunny. Okay. I'm glad that we had a chance to, read those lists of people who have performed at the halftime shows at the Super Bowl, because there are a lot of people out there who think that there were always only white people performing at the Super Bowl. I've heard people say, yeah, it used to only be country singers and all of that. There's no, it was never like that. It was never like that. It's always been, yeah. And according to this list, it's always been pretty diverse. As a matter of fact, as you can see, it was black dominated for the first 7 years by HBCU marching bands. So you can kind of see as the list goes, as it comes into the future, how more commercial it was. Evidently, the Super Bowl was more about the game before than it was about the commercialism. The Super Bowl commercials and maybe the Super Bowl commercials were always a point of popularity or whatever, as far as commercialism is concerned. But the focus was definitely on the game more. Now the Super Bowl halftime show seems to be longer than it used to be. Maybe it's just me, but it seems like it's longer than it used to be. And it's definitely high production, extremely high production. Now, the performers who perform at the Super Bowl don't get paid, but evidently performing at the halftime show is like winning a Grammy. Because you're going to get so much press, you're going to get so much popularity and exposure that, your success is pretty much sealed. So it's important for us to break down or tear down a lot of the misconceptions about how the history of certain events have played out. And the Super Bowl is a glaring example of this. So as I read that list, I know that the two of you were pretty familiar with a lot of the years that concerning the halftime show. So what were y'all initial thoughts when I sent y'all the notification of what the show was going to be about tonight? Like, what were your initial thoughts?
My thing was, okay, so we're going to talk about this. I'm glad, because it is music related, and I'd like to see what everybody's thoughts on are, about this. Because unfortunately, I know some black people who are complaining about it. I'm like, what is your complaint? Like, this is dumb. This is a dumb complaint you have here. Because of course there are people who feel like, well, because of the city, it needs to be an artist from the city that where the game is going to take place. And I'm like, that's not always accurate. And who's popping at the time? Bad Bunny is big deal right now. Of course the Super Bowl is going to go with somebody who's a big deal right now. He just played. It's not even
so much he's a big deal. They also using him as kick in the ass to the establishment.
Well, of course.
To the political establishment. You know that.
The NFL is not good for that. They don't do that too much. I don't even think. I think there are some powers that be who consider that as that, but I don't think the NFL as a whole, the big guys at the top with their hands in their pocket who are friends with this orange idiot are thinking of it like that. But I believe they're the powers to be. But Bad Bunny is popping right now. So of course they're going to go to who people are talking about. He is on everything. He's talked about everywhere. He was just in the new Happy Gilmore Part 2 movie. He's just popular right now. He has a big voice and he's saying a lot of stuff right now, and they're not happy with it.
Okay.
And they're idiots because they don't realize he's still American.
Mm.
He's not white American.
He's not white.
There it is.
Well,
that's the problem.
Well, that's the confusion about this controversy, because as you read through the list, most of the performers at the halftime show have not been white performers. Yeah. And evidently that fact has been, it is a fact, and it has been missed. So racism or discrimination as far as the Super Bowl halftime show is concerned has not been a thing. You know what I mean? Like it hasn't been a racist thing. It hasn't been a less than diverse type of thing. There are way more black performers that have performed at the Super Bowl than white performers, starting from all the way back in 1967 in Super Bowl I. So how did we get here? Like, what's the real problem? Now, people were going off about the whole Kendrick thing, and mainly because, now, to be honest with you, a lot of people just didn't like his performance. And when I first saw it, I didn't like it. I wasn't feeling it. I didn't think it was good. You know, I had to go back and watch it, and I got what everybody was talking about. But just, you know, straight out the gate, I didn't think it was dope at all. You know what I mean? He's not my type of performer. He's my type of rapper, but he's not my type of performer. But I do appreciate it now after going back and looking at it, but I'm not used to having to go back and look at a performance. It either hits me the first time or it don't. And it didn't. So I can understand how I don't think that people are lying when they say that. I just wasn't feeling it. Because I would actually say that I wasn't feeling it. But I also understand the other part of it. All the people who are dissing everybody who said that they didn't like it, saying like that's because it went over your head, because you a dummy, because you a coon, because you stupid, because you know what I mean, you Uncle Tom, because you a Sambo, because you. I'm like, I am not. So there were some people who just didn't like the performance, and then there were some people who didn't like what the performance was about. But you know, all of this, you know, the Super Bowl halftime performances used to be corny. It used to be a bunch of country singers. It used to be a bunch of hicks. It used to be a bunch of hillbillies with long beards looking like ZZ Top, but without no guitars. I'm like, no, it wasn't. It was never like that. Shout out to ZZ Top. It's a good band. It was a good band. But yeah, I'm wondering how we got here. How we got here, like the selective amnesia.
We got here due to the fact of we got here from 2017. Things changed. Well, let's just go back to why they start getting big time performers to do the Super Bowl. Because when In Living Color was on, what happened was before they got Michael Jackson, a year before Michael Jackson performed at the Super Bowl, they had somebody else performing. I forgot what year, the year before that, right? But In Living Color had a Super Bowl halftime show and killed the ratings. Okay. So the next year they said we need to get a big performer. That's why they brought Michael Jackson in.
Okay. Okay.
So,
So that's how that happened.
Huh?
So now wait a minute. Now are we saying that before Michael Jackson, there were no major artists performing at the
Well,
Super Bowl?
there were some major
Gloria
artists.
Estefan was the first major artist.
No, well, you also had.
Wait. Who was the first? Wait. Well, wait. Now you had in 2001 with Aerosmith, NSYNC, Britney Spears, Mary J. and Nelly. Those are big names to me.
Yeah.
Gloria Estefan was in the 90s.
No, I didn't say Gloria Estefan.
But I'm saying Gloria Estefan was before Michael Jackson.
Oh, and you're saying that she was a big name too?
Yeah, she was a big name.
She was. Okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Well, in 1996, Diana Ross, she's a pretty big name.
But they had to get a name that could steal the thunder from In Living Color from the year before.
Okay.
Because they stole the ratings around that time.
And Living Color, the TV show?
Yeah, that's even when they do interviews with Damon and Keenan, they even said that's why the NFL start bringing in bigger acts.
No, that makes
because
sense.
of that.
I never knew that. That's amazing.
They started bringing in bigger acts because that year during the Super Bowl, they did a halftime Super Bowl show. And they stole the ratings of it. They took a lot of ratings from the NFL Super Bowl halftime show. So they wanted to make it where don't nobody turn.
Okay.
Don't nobody turn the channel. Now, where we at now, my figure is this. Back in 2017, when we got this person that's in office, it enabled people to be outspoken and take the sheet off of the racism and allow them to speak how they really feel. Like Danica Patrick, I'm still shocked that she's talking shit now because she was up here walking around like she was part of the culture when she was in the "Show Me What You Got" video with Jay-Z.
Mm.
You know, she was cool as shit, Danica Patrick. Now that you're not driving in your car and everything, you know, now all of a sudden you're showing your true colors.
Mm.
You know, and that's what happens. What happens is around that time, Trump was in office. The Karens was invented, and then you turn back around. Everybody has feel as though they have an opportunity to speak their mind and say what they want to say about certain individuals that's performing at the Super Bowl. They didn't do the homework that you just did or we just did together, going all the way back to Super Bowl one to perform.
That's why I wanted to do it. That's beside because I know how people get selective amnesia with this kind of thing, and I just don't really understand the reason for it. It wasn't like Kendrick was the first black. I mean, anybody who watches the Super Bowl, it's the most watched event in the world, right? Annually, right? So how can that many people not be paying attention? You understand what I'm saying? Like I don't understand it. Like it's not making no sense. That's why I was like, well, I can't remember who performed in the first Super Bowls. Like maybe back in the 70s and 80s, maybe it was some corny people or whatever. But I've been watching the Super Bowl since about 1978. So, I don't remember caring about the halftime show.
Yeah.
But
I think this issue right now is the debate isn't even about should non-Americans perform. I think it's who fits the ideology of American in the eye of the racist American people.
Well, see, here's when I thought about the show Super Bowl music controversy, I was thinking like maybe we were going to talk about whether certain songs don't get sang at the Super Bowl because of certain controversy or censorship and things like that. Like when Dre and them performed at the Super Bowl, that was very controversial because of the gang culture, there's all that Crip walking and all that blue. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people felt some kind of way about that. Actually, I did too. Like, yo, that's you know what I mean? It was dope. You know what I mean? But I'm like, at the same time, it was kind of validating that Crip shit. You know what I'm saying? In the minds of a lot of people. Same thing with the whole Kendrick thing. You know, people were on the fence about whether he was going to call Drake out with the whole, you know, A minor. You know what I'm saying? Like whether he was going to take it there. You know, so there's enough controversial stuff to go around, but you also have to take into account what happened on the last Super Bowl. And one thing that we have to acknowledge about the last Super Bowl that has never happened with any other Super Bowl is Donald Trump coming to the Super Bowl. So the Super Bowl was automatically politicized way further than it had ever been. Like literally politicized. We're not just talking about, you know, people, a controversy surrounding, you know, the choices of certain people. Now, because he's such a divisive figure, the Super Bowl, you know, it was literally the Eagles versus the Chiefs. For real. And not just on some football type shit. You know what I'm saying? So this, I see that for the remainder of his administration, we're probably going to have to be going through this. Now it's going to be a big deal about who's chosen to perform at the halftime in the Super Bowl. We're not going to be able to skirt the issue about the importance of the game, the fun, this is overshadowing the gambling. And nothing normally overshadows that.
Well, speaking of that, how do you think this is? Because he's trying to make it a miserable event by saying ICE can be present and all this kind of stuff. So he's going to make it a miserable event. And you already have people who are saying, well, they just won't attend. Even people who have already purchased their tickets. Now, if this affects the bottom line of those with the big pockets, how do you think they're going to deal with him at this point? Because they're cronies, but we can't be friends if you're affecting my pockets. Do you think they'll stand up against him and make a bigger issue out of it than it already is?
You know what?
Or will they just be quiet? Shut up and let it happen. Bend over.
Unfortunately, with this motherfucker, people normally choose the latter of what you were saying. They normally just let him have his fucking way.
Because they don't have anything to support him because he's got the Supreme Court in his pocket and they can't fight it. I believe that's what it is too. People fear that they can't fight it.
Yeah, well, there's a whole.
They don't have the balls to try it either.
There's a whole lot going on here, none of which is good. You know what I mean? None of which is good. But this is what we're working with. This is what we got to deal with. But yeah. So I wanted to make sure that we understood that because of Super Bowl 59 and him showing up at the Super Bowl is now a political entity. Unfortunately.
Well, and don't forget, with Bad Bunny's presence this year, he he checks many boxes that this man has an issue with. He's gender fluid. He has his style is gender fluid.
Oh.
Most of his concerts are in Spanish. He's political, Spanish or Latin. He combines the two. He's political. He's not the traditional American anything when he performs. So he checks those boxes. He supports everything that this orange idiot goes against. So.
Okay. Well, yeah. Now, all of that would weigh a lot heavier on me had he not already performed in a fucking Super Bowl previously.
Yeah, when he was an American performer.
Okay. All right. Troy, put me on.
Well, the difference is that, number one, he wasn't the headliner. And at that time, The motherfucker, as you referred to him, had nothing to do with the wasn't the president at the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I said, the sheets, the bed was made nice and neat. It didn't show no racism for years. You know what I mean? He came in and pulled the sheets off, fucked up the pillowcases and everything. You know, so when he did that, it opened up the door for the quiet racisms to come out the closet and say what they feel as though they want to say. You know, that's why you get trolls that come on here talking about classy white people performing at the Super Bowl. Aerosmith was classy white people. Do you know anything about Aerosmith? Especially the lead singer. They was fucking teenagers back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what do we define as classy white people? What do we define as classy white people? Because that just sounds like an oxymoron. What do we define
as no, they don't sound like an oxymoron. They sound like a fucking moron. You know what I mean? Just to sit back and say classy. There's no, either you're going to be classy or classless. And when you put up a post like that, you're classless. Because you don't really understand what you're really talking about. You're just talking just to create a narrative for yourself in the damn live stream. You know, and you know, we don't fall for the Willy Bobo here. We just keep it moving. But at the end of the day, say stupid shit. You know, what makes the damn Super Bowl classy is that you get through it and you enjoy yourself. If the person on the stage is performing and singing songs that people like and didn't disrespect anybody, that's the beautiful Super Bowl. That's the beautiful halftime. It doesn't matter if you're white, black, or indifferent, but they changed the narrative when this dickhead got in office.
I hope he brings out special guests. I hope he brings out Shakira and they perform their song. I hope he brings out Cardi B and they perform their song. I hope he brings out J Balvin so they perform their song.
Slow down, Troy. Slow down. You be doing too much.
Everybody who's black or brown and they perform their dual song.
What'd you say, son?
I said slow down, Troy. You be doing too much.
You bring up Menudo.
No, we don't need no Menudo. We don't need no Menudo. We don't never need no Menudo again.
With them, I wish he would. I'm just saying.
You know
anybody he's ever performed with.
Let me shut their fucking mics off. Let me shut their mics off. The mics off. Shut their goddamn mics off. I'm not trying to hear that shit. You know what I mean? Let me see if they still here.
Back in the day, you God damn it, to do the Super Bowl. So you bring in a drug addict to the stage that pretty much
and a molester. Don't forget that part. Drug addict and molester.
Statutory raper that married the teenager.
Yeah.
So I mean, stop it with the bullshit. There's no such thing as class. It's classy individuals, respectful individuals. You know what I mean? Shit. R. Kelly opened up the Super Bowl one year.
And as of now, we haven't heard anything. Like, this man has done his due diligence in the industry. Like, we can't knock him. So if we can bring anybody else, he should be able to come too. And really what it boils down to is they've made this a political situation versus an actual sporting event that it always has been. People come from other countries to participate and come to this American football big national product sponsorship game. They do that, and people pay millions of dollars to have their product show during these commercials.
Facts.
And all of them include businesses who have brown and black people represent their product because they know these are the cultures that have brought them more marketing, more eyes, more money, more revenue, more business, more. They have not been able to survive solely on air quote white America.
Mm-hmm.
And this country hasn't been able to survive or thrive on white America. Let's call it what it is. It wouldn't exist without brown or black people ever.
Mm-hmm. But nonetheless, if we're talking about music controversy, the Super Bowl just hasn't been a breeding ground for racism like it often gets a bad rap for. A lot of people really look at the NFL as a whole as being a racist entity. But if we're talking about the Super Bowl halftime shows, we're talking about artistry. So if we take all of the artists that have performed in the Super Bowl from Super Bowl 1 all the way up to Super Bowl 59, we have a lot of diversity. Black, white, European, Latino. I think probably the only thing we don't have is anybody listed as Asian?
Asian.
Or African?
We don't have Asian yet.
Did we have any African?
They wanted to have.
Did we have any African?
No, not really, not yet.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, all right. So, okay. But nonetheless, there has been, what we haven't seen is any type of discriminatory practices. So, we can.
That's an issue when the NFL itself is diverse. The players are diverse. Now the owners are not, but the players are diverse.
Yeah.
So why not have diversity in the halftime show? It only makes logical sense. And in all honesty, that has brought in more revenue. So God, I hate this. Oh, okay.
Well, the NFL is about that cash. They take no days off. They about that cash, and this is going to be no different. So all of this controversy that we're speaking of right now is going to boil over into the Super Bowl when it's time when it's time for the Super Bowl to air. But you know what I want to do is, since so many people think that this should be just an American thing, we got to really take a look at. We have to really take a look at who is listed as an American and who's listed as maybe American associated. For example, like you take the Rolling Stones. Even though the Rolling Stones are from London, well, England or whatever, I think a lot of Americans have kind of adopted the Rolling Stones as if they're not from Europe anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, they look at the Rolling Stones like, well, yeah, they used to be from Europe, but they're not from Europe.
Mm-hmm.
No. They did a Tupac.
Same thing with the Beatles.
They did a Tupac. Yeah, I used to be from the East Coast. I'm not from the East Coast no more. So, like, and now, but that wouldn't be the same. That wouldn't be the same as Coldplay. They ain't no kind of American.
Mm-hmm.
But
they're getting them out of here. Damn Englanders.
Mm-hmm. But the weekend is from Canada, from Toronto. And so is Shania Twain.
Yep, she is.
Yeah, she's from Canada, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Celine Dion.
Did she ever perform at the Super Bowl?
Oh, Celine? No, Celine never did.
No, Celine didn't. She did. Maybe it's Shania.
Yeah, it was.
Sorry,
it was Shania. It was Shania Twain. It was Shania Twain.
Our grandmother will call her. Oh, Shania Twain.
It was Shania. It was Shania.
Oh, grandma be calling her that.
You know what? Speaking of butchering people's names, the way white women say the name Keisha in Philly, that shit be having me die. They be like, Keisha. What the fuck is this shit? It's Shaw. It's Keisha. They be like, Keisha. Yeah, I gave it to Keisha. What the? All right. So it was Rihanna. It was Rihanna. It was Rihanna. All right. So certain artists may have people fooled and shit because they forgot that they were from another country or whatever because they've been here so long. They've been popular here for so long. They've collaborated and done so many different things with, like, especially like somebody like the Rolling Stones. You know what I mean? They've jammed with all kinds of black artists and shit. You know, they're real musicians who appreciate real musicians. You know, so I'm not trying to excuse anybody for this shit, but I could see where people got it fucked up. And, you know, and I'm trying to find where the people got this amnesia where they just thought that the Super Bowls just started in 2015 or something. You know, because I don't get it. You know, that list that we read, I mean, come on. There ain't been nothing but black people in the damn Super Bowl from the beginning. And you and Kim, you said something interesting. You said that the players are diverse. No, I mean they kind of aren't. You know what I mean? The NFL is a black man's game, unless you're a quarterback.
Yeah, unless your last name Brady.
You know what I mean?
Or Montana.
You know, if you are any position besides quarterback, more than likely, or offensive lineman. Offensive linemen are definitely racked with big ass heavy white boys, but also big heavy black boys too. You know what I mean? Word to Jason Peters and
the ball for the 49ers.
So we've had, my point in saying that we've had diversity in the fact that the players come from all over the world.
No.
We've had players who are German, who are Jamaican, who are from Nigeria, who come from Canada, who come from Mexico. That's my whole point in saying that.
No. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. The point that I was trying to make, and I didn't do it very well, was that because there are so many black players in the NFL, it makes sense that the halftime shows should be reflective of them. Oh, maybe not just them, but it wouldn't have made no sense that as far back as you go in football, and Super Bowl wise, in the last 60 years, you're going to see a whole lot of black people on the gridiron. So
let's just think about this like this, son and Kels. Because Usher, he had said, somebody asked him who should be performing at the Super Bowl this year, and he said he would like to see Metallica. Mm-hmm. Hell, I don't give a fuck about Metallica. I want to listen to Return to fucking Sandman. That's my shit. You know, you can always mix shit. Bring Metallica back with fucking with Living Color and all them, and mix it up with the rock. You know what I mean? We don't have. It's not the problem. See, one thing about us, we love music. We don't look at color with the music. But I have to be a little bit more.
We always welcome everybody to the cookout anyway. We've always welcomed everybody to the cookout anyway.
Wait. Where do you get?
Don't let the white woman make the mash make the potato salad with the raisins.
Well, where do you get that there's no color with the music?
What I mean is though, there's no we don't look at color with the music because we like music.
But it wasn't always like that. I mean, it wasn't always like that.
No, I know it's not. I'm talking about us in general.
Okay.
You know, I mean, we can sit back and we can go all the way back to when we was kids and we was listening to a variety of music. We didn't just listen to R&B. You know what I mean?
Depends on who you grew up around.
What you say?
It depends on who you grew up around.
Right. You know, but at the end of the day, but the thing is that like shit. it's me personally. Last year, I ain't had no problem with Kendrick performing. I just wanted to make sure the Eagles won.
Well, I mean, they're gonna win anyway, and this year's Super Bowl, because of the controversy, the Eagles gotta win. Like I see it now. Like it's people gonna be talking about the fixes in, but yeah, I'm still not really sure where people got this selective amnesia shit from. But I'm convinced that because of Donald Trump showing up at the last Super Bowl, their expectations that now he can control the whole narrative of everything going on with the Super Bowl would be and make it politicized. Now they expect, like, all right, so since everywhere MAGA goes, they get rid of black people and Latinos and gay people. Well, we need to do that here.
Yep. That's it exactly, because he's already put out the narrative of how things are going to go. He's already speaking into how he wants to go. He's giving out his instructions as we listen to him say these things. He's already making it clear this is how it's going to have to be, or I'm going to have a problem with it. And by the way, I better not get booed again this year like I did last time.
Mm. He said they
or
weren't.
Heads are going to roll. People got to go to jail for that.
I mean, she's not joking.
That's how he does.
she's not.
That's exactly how he does. Right? If you say something against me, you got to go to jail.
These jokes are not funny. Speaking of jokes not being funny.
And he definitely don't want Bad Bunny up there. He's probably trying to trump up some stuff on him now to give reason for them to come in the middle of the performance and try to take him out of there. We already know that's how he moves.
Well.
And guess what? If they say something about they're going to have to pay to come in, I'm sure it's going to be on the taxpayer dollars to pay for them to attend the Super Bowl. But see, while he's doing all that crazy stuff, our enemies are watching too, and they may decide we're going to come too and make it worse.
Kim, you going to get us all thrown in the alligator Alcatraz.
He's going to forget all about that bat. Because that alligator going to try to bite the shit out of him. He's going to fuck us up.
I just still wonder how this is going to go with these owners. Are they going to accept this foolishness? Because no one is saying anything right now. That's the thing. Nobody is biting back or saying anything.
Well, I think they're not going to say nothing because right now they're not going to say nothing because there is another billionaire that's controlling some of the shit too. Jay-Z.
You call that a billionaire?
Well, he is a billionaire. 2.5 billion.
Oh, he got 2 billion now? God damn.
Yeah.
This motherfucker, God damn. I thought he only had 1.
No, he got 2.5, bro.
Jeez.
He's moving on up like the James.
Wife just has more.
Moving on up. He up.
No. She's still on the bottom tier of them. It's not him and her together. This is just him.
All right, cool. Well.
No, but he's the one that that's dealing with providing the entertainment for the Super Bowl.
Now
like I said,
he selects the acts, but they also have to be approved by the NFL, so they get vetted. That's why this whole thing with the Bad Bunny thing, I'm like, the NFL already know who he is. Believe me, he been checked out. He clean. You know, and I heard somewhere somebody was saying how they're thinking about rethinking, you know, maybe rescinding the offer to let him perform at the Super Bowl. But I'm like, he already performed before there. Like, what is y'all doing? You know, to me, that's him already performing at the Super Bowl previously. Regardless of whether he was headlining or not, that negates all of this bullshit.
What I was just sitting here thinking about, Kevin and son. If I was the president of the United States and I was up in my years and I know some of my health is failing me, if something was to happen to me, I would hate to see motherfuckers. I would hate to hear I would hate for my family to have to see people dancing in the streets because he died. Because I died. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's something.
Well, that's because you have common sense. You have logical sense. This is a thing we're dealing with who doesn't have sense. So when you lack common or logical sense, you don't think with common or logical sense. And he doesn't care about that because in his warped mind, he believes everybody loves him. He doesn't hear the boos as boos. For some reason, he hears it as, hey, boo, instead of, boo, we hate you, fuck you.
Wait, he hears it as
That's
what?
the difference.
He hears it as what?
He hears it as, hey, boo. That's how he hears it.
That's a pretty.
And we can't forget, he's the type of person, too, who will wait and say, hey, no halftime show. We can't forget that part either. Because and I know people, oh, he can't do that. I choose not to say those words ever again because he's doing what the fuck he wants to do.
I'm about to say, like, are you sure he can't do?
So he could call that.
Is there anything he can't do?
Look up and there's no halftime show. Then what?
Well, either way,
he just makes every part of living so miserable.
yeah,
He just does all the things we have ever enjoyed. He's making miserable.
he's
Down to a damn game, down to a halftime show that gets watched everywhere. Around the globe, people watch this. People who don't even see, who don't associate football with American, with this sport. But they stop in that moment to enjoy it. And he's making something as small as a halftime show bigger than that. It's nothing. It's nothing. It's big. It's great. We enjoy it. But when it's over, we talk about it for a week and then we move on to the next thing. But he's turning it into something so controversial for no reason. And I want these people who are the owners to say something. That's what I hate about the NFL now. That's why I've lost interest in it. Because these niggas are weak too. They don't have the balls to stand on nothing and say anything either. Because some of their hoods are on as well.
well.
Ask your MAGA to say something about Donald Trump. They're not holding him. The NFL will never hold Donald Trump accountable. You know what I mean?
Listen, the NFL only wants to make money. They don't care. They don't really want a whole lot of controversy or anything like that. They want the NFL to be like Berry Gordy wanted Motown to be. Strictly happy love songs. Baby, baby, where did our love go?
Where did our love go, son?
Baby, baby,
Baby.
baby, don't leave me. Oh, please don't leave.
Baby. Go ahead. I'm gonna keep singing. Me and Kim gonna sing the back up.
And what they know too,
I got this burning, yearning, feeling inside me.
It's another one.
See that again, Kim?
They also know it's not enough American people who unite as one if they move wrong and do a full blackout either. That's the other side of it. It's not enough people who will say, hey, if you guys do this, guess what we're going to do?
Well, here's the thing. You're not going to be able to expect the NFL to protest against anything except for
I'm not.
and not making any money. but they're not going to stand up against anybody except for the person or except for the people who will make them lose any kind of money. You know what I mean? That it's an exclusive club. They only let certain people in and they only win. All they do is win. All they do is win. All they do is win. But
the NFL didn't let him in. He tried to buy the Buffalo Bills.
Who did?
Donald Trump.
Oh, well, you know.
Yep.
He didn't let him in.
Well, I'm not really that surprised because, you know, him dealing with it with WWE and then that XFL shit, that was probably the real reason. Because that was a
Somebody let him in a club. He don't fit anything for anybody. He doesn't get in any club. So
well,
I don't fucking like him. They don't.
Then there's that. But
like for real, they don't like him.
I don't think they do. I don't think that they do. But then again, I mean, he makes them a lot of money.
He's the kid your parents make you be nice to. That's what he is. He's the kid your parents force you to be nice to. He's the kid you better give him an invitation to your party too. You're like, but I don't like him. We don't like him, but you better give him one too. That's all that is.
Don't make me beat your ass, Jonathan.
See, I question that because like when the Eagles went to the when they won Super Bowl 52, they elected not to go to the White House. But when they won Super Bowl 59, they went. So, you know, maybe certain people's feelings have changed over the years. Donald Trump came in as a much more popular president the second time than he was the first time. So I'm not quick to say that these NFL owners don't like Trump, because you're not going to tell me that none of these NFL owners have any shit. I bet you Jerry Jones like him.
Love him like a motherfucker.
Likes the fuck out of him.
You know what, though? I think some of them only like him in doses. I don't think they really like him like, hey, man, come over and have dinner with my family. You know what I mean? He's one of them people you're like, he cool out in public, but shit, I don't want him at my house.
I don't want him around my daughters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like him for real, but like, I'm going to speak to him and shake his hand and sit down and see what his pocket's looking like. What we got in common there, but I don't really like him. Like, don't tell him my business. And here, give him this telephone number. Don't give him the private number. And he can't be included in any group chat.
Yeah, I'm not so sure that that's an issue because I don't even know if NFL owners deal with each other or interact with each other in that way. But that doesn't mean that they don't like him. Just like Jerry Jones, there's some more Jerry Jones out there. They just don't act like Jerry Jones.
I mean, well, look at the...
But billionaires like other people who protect their billionaire status. They like that.
Mm-hmm. And he's not protecting theirs. Not really. He's not. He's finding ways to ruin it.
Well, how can you say that?
He's not 100%. He's not. It seems like it. His interest is his best interest at the end of the day.
Right.
Like, he is definitely not a let me bring you up the ladder with me. He's I'm going to step on you as I make my way up the ladder. Now I'm going to use you to climb up your back level I want to be at. Fuck you. And I'm sure they recognize it. So
I think that
because this could hurt their pockets for real. This big controversy with the halftime show, if he starts his foolishness and he starts saying, well, y'all just can't have a halftime show if you can't do it the way I want to. Or let me talk to my cronies and tell them on these networks, just don't air the show. If you don't do what I want, they won't air the show. That's going to hurt their pockets. But because he's a toddler who likes to have a tantrum when he doesn't get his way, those are the kind of things he'll do. Let me go after them. If any network who shows this, when I'm telling you I don't want you to air it because they don't want to do what I want you to do, you better cut the cord or we're going to come after your FCC licensing. That's the kind of stuff he'll do. So it's impossible for them to fight and win if they're worried about their pocket. Because if you black out these stations and people aren't able to see it, you have got to know they're going to lose money.
Well, those tax cuts that he has in the big, beautiful bill would make all of those owners love him a lot. Simple as that. So whether they like him personally is one thing. Professionally, they like him a lot. A whole lot. But let's do this. Because this show ain't fun. We need some fun. You know what I mean? We all over here. We've been mad all week. I don't want to be mad. So let's do this. Since y'all have heard the list of Super Bowl halftime performers, who is your favorite Super Bowl halftime performer that you've ever seen?
Oh, let me think. Because I've enjoyed a lot of them. I enjoyed Michael Jackson when he performed. I have to say, I really enjoyed Usher. I had a great time with Kendrick. I had some good kiki. I thought that was hilarious, bringing Sam Jones. I thought it was a smack in the face. But I have got to say, Usher I liked Rihanna. But Usher tore down the stage for me. Like, I'm not even from Georgia, but I was in it. Like, Lil Jon came out, they were roller skating. It had everything that I liked on that stage. He sang the songs I enjoyed. The choreography was amazing. I loved it. I'd have to say Usher was number one for me.
Okay. What about you, Troy?
Well, I like Billy Ray Cyrus. Let me stop. Billy Ray Cyrus, China. No, I honestly, all of them was nice. Press was up there. You know, I like the titty one. Because that was beautiful. The way she had it all, a decorative thing for her press and this one looked beautiful. But I like Kendrick, man. Because number one, Trump was there. As soon as he came out, he said, "You did something. You brought the right something, but the wrong guy." And I was like, "Shit." And I knew everything that he was doing. I had an understanding of what he was doing. That was the blackest Super Bowl ever, even all the way down to the dances.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I mean, I felt patriotic, yet very, very, very much so African American. And plus, I love the fact that he was able to say that shit to Drake on on the biggest stage.
Okay. All right. I'm seeing.
I don't say it. What about you?
Hold on. In the chat, I'm seeing Prince. I'm seeing a couple of Princes.
That was a good performance. That's true.
Plus, it was in the rain when he was singing Purple Rain.
I ain't gonna lie. I really liked the Weeknd's performance in 2021. I didn't really know what to expect, but I thought he did a hell of a job. I was feeling that shit. Now it could be because I like his songs, but the first Bruno Mars one, I dug that too.
Bruno did good too.
He did. He really is a really great performer. Yeah. So I really liked him. I'm just a little salty.
Prince's performance was like, he had all everything. He had the bells and whistles and the fire detector. What is it called?
Pyrotechnics. Yeah.
Yeah, he had all that going on and the lights and all that. Like that was a great one too. I can't lie. And then he had the little symbol on the stage and all that. That was amazing.
I put Usher right there because the same shit that Usher was doing at the Super Bowl, he was doing at his Las Vegas show.
Yeah, but I don't care. I still loved it. I loved it.
I've seen his Las Vegas show on YouTube and shit, so he already showed a lot of what you was going to do. So, but it was still good. I wish they had Chris Brown there this year. Chris would kill it.
But Chris Brown?
Yeah. He a bad man.
He is, but I don't think he has that. I don't think he has enough of the performance appeal that would work. He doesn't have the big, over the top kind of thing to bring to it.
The thing about Chris
my
Brown,
opinion,
they're still holding the Rihanna incident over his head. They're carrying that with the young boy.
What does that have to do with his performances?
Performance, he sold out all across, all overseas. He sold out every stadium. We talking about.
But he still has the same style. He doesn't have that appeal. Is what I'm saying. Like when we're talking about, look at how big of these performances they were. Like how over the top they were. Michael Jackson's halftime show was over the top. Even when Dre and them performed, it was a lot of pageantry. It was still big, active. It was a lot of visual. Chris Brown doesn't perform with as much visual. He has amazing dancers. He does an amazing job dancing himself. But his mood is still related to the ladies. It doesn't appeal to everybody as a whole. Whereas with Prince, it appealed to everybody. Michael Jackson appealed to everybody. When it was Usher, it appealed to everybody. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying he's not a good performer, but what I'm saying, he doesn't have the appeal to perform for a halftime show at the Super Bowl. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
I mean, well, when we think about it, you know, if you bring Chris Brown in and you bring him in with other people, like Usher did, it would be a beautiful show just as well. My opinion.
But we have covers with that would work.
He has cover with Drake.
He doesn't have enough covers with people that would perform like that. Even Prince, you remember Prince brought out a marching band when he came, so he still brought back some of the initial type of performances they had at the halftime show in the beginning of the ages of the Super Bowl. Remember, he brought out the marching band too. So I'm just saying he doesn't have the over the top appeal.
You do know I'm gonna do my homework and see how many. He got the song with Dan Busta Rhymes.
Again, that's not going to be over the top. I get what you're saying, Troy, but what I'm saying is he doesn't have that appeal. He just doesn't. And I like Chris, but he just doesn't have that kind of, like with the Super Bowl halftime, you better come hard. You see how they did Rihanna this time. She was pregnant, belly full. She couldn't come and do all the flips and twirls and all the stuff they expect her to do. Mm-hmm. And so everybody was disappointed in it.
She never had the makings of a varsity football player.
Yeah.
I like Rihanna's show because she wasn't scantily clad. You know, she was pregnant.
Again, she was pregnant, so
nothing. That wasn't right. Why you do that, ASAP?
All right, so
So you said, son, the Weeknd.
Yeah, I enjoy. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't normally give a fuck about the halftime show. That's not my thing. But I watched him because he really is my favorite artist. and I wanted to see what he was going to do because I had never seen him perform. But I was impressed. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, he did some shit.
The funny thing about it is that he did the whole show by himself.
Yeah.
Didn't have nobody come out there help him do nothing. This and other.
Well, no, he had background dancers and he had
background dance. I'm talking about he didn't have no other acts come out with him.
No, he didn't. He you know what I mean?
He just used his own catalog.
I didn't think I didn't think he could carry a show like that because
didn't either.
Because the songs that he makes that I like, he couldn't sing those songs at the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Like,
but he has that crossover appeal. That's what it is.
He does.
Remember, he came out and sang some of his songs in French. Don't forget that.
And that's why I don't like. That's why he's watered down now. After he cut his hair, he's straight crossover. You know what I mean? When he was my man, you know what I mean? He was singing about nothing but killing bitches and getting high all the time, and you know what I mean? The beauty of drugs and robbing motherfuckers. He was like Michael Jackson if he was a thug. Shout out to Christina. Shout out to Yusuf L. What's good? And he said, Yusuf L says, what about Beyonce? I didn't like Beyonce's performance at all at the Super Bowl.
I liked it because it was good.
Well, this is why I didn't like it.
That she had that performance years and years after, and she didn't never have an opportunity. If she was to do a Super Bowl now, I wouldn't want to see her because she's going to sing before I let go.
Well, see,
and she brought the bells and whistles too. Remember, brought the bells and whistles, and the Weeknd did too.
I didn't like Rihanna's halftime performance because if you remember, this was right after Barack Obama got inaugurated for his second term, and she lip synced at his inauguration, talking about she was saving her voice for the Super Bowl. I wasn't feeling that.
No,
then hold on. And then at the Super Bowl, she made Michelle and fucking Kelly lip sync to take the heat off of her. Like, look, everybody lip syncs. She sung live and made Michelle and Kelly lip sync. And it was obvious that they was lip syncing too. They wasn't even trying to.
Beyonce, T. Carey. I heard him. He said Rihanna, but he meant Beyonce.
Who?
You.
That said Rihanna?
Yeah, you said Rihanna.
My bad.
Yeah, but we knew you meant
had it not been witnesses, I would have been like, I ain't say no goddamn Rihanna. What she got to do with this shit? I didn't know. I meant Beyonce. I definitely meant Beyonce. Beyonce had lip synced at the presidential inauguration. The first black president getting sworn in for his second term. She lip syncs at his shit. Meanwhile, Kelly Clarkson sings live and chews up the whole performance and shit. And Beyonce talking about something. I'm saving my voice for the Super Bowl. I was like, I thought you and Michelle was cool. This is how you do people. You a bum. So yeah, I was.
I mean, she's always doing a little side eye.
Always opportunistic. Always opportunistic. Always. But I think that weighed heavily when I saw them openly lip syncing at the Super Bowl. You could tell that they wanted the cameras to see that they were lip syncing, so it would take the heat off of their sister or their mom, Beyonce and shit. You know what I mean? That ain't their sister. They say fucking mom. You know what I mean? Yeah. Mama knows. Mama know. That's Mama know.
Shit, take the heat off their mom.
Yeah. You know, they had to take the heat off mommy. Mommy lip synced at the got in trouble for lip syncing at the presidential inauguration last week. So we gonna lip sync for mommy while she sing live.
Mommy, do you want us to lip sync for you? Okay.
Yeah.
Say my name, say my name. Here they go.
I think the better part of her show was to me when she brought out the band. So
Well, I don't know. I wasn't feeling it. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm not a Beyonce hater, but I just I don't like that shit that she be doing.
I'm not a Beyonce hater, but better let sing before I let go.
Right. Right.
We can go. We can go with the fact that you don't know algebra, but 1 + 1 and 2, and that's not even algebra. You know.
Yeah.
I know y'all want to be like, shut the fuck up, Troy.
I mean, I figured we don't say then you stop, so I'm just saying.
That's right. That's right. That's right, Kim. You just gotta ignore them out. You know what I mean?
No, I don't want you doing it.
Now,
Keep doing it.
now, if people would just stop sticking a camera and a mic in front of Donald Trump's face, he would go away. But no, no.
We had now, so but we ain't gonna talk about that. That's another show.
All right. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Kim. Stay on this show. Stay on this show.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody focus.
But let's add to that. You can't forget the Weeknd had. Didn't he have a choir or a huge choir with him as well? Like he had all the lights and fireworks and stuff too in his show. So I could see why that would be one you would
First Super Bowl.
Well, listen. I like a show. I like a show, you know, that does more than just showcase your talent. I like good production. You know, I don't like good production that takes away from your talent. But in addition to your talent, I mean, put on a show. If you got the money, you have the means and the creativity, all that pyrotechnics shit. I mean, and you still using your voice, I'm all for it.
I love a good show. But that's why I love Usher so much. It just was all the things I liked. It was surprises, and it just made me smile. Any performance that makes me smile, I'm enjoying. And that one made me smile. Kendrick made me smile in a different kind of way. That's why I enjoyed that.
Okay. Well, a lot of people was acting like they never heard of Kendrick Lamar when he performed. I was like,
they were liars.
I know, like, come on. He had the most popular song of 2024.
Yeah. They just saying bullshit. That's all they were. It was just saying bullshit. Like, it's not to take away from anybody else's performance. By no means.
Right.
Even with the other type of artists. It's not to take away from anybody. Because I love when J-Lo and Shakira was on there. It was an homage to a different culture, and I loved it. And I like Latin music, so that worked for me. I like when Gloria was on there. And I could get with a Billy Ray Cyrus and all them as well. But for me, in my opinion, brown and black people come with a different kind of seasoning, a different kind of spice, a different kind of something they bring to it. Because music is us at the end of the day. I don't care.
Listen, I just feel some kind of way that Bonnie Tyler never got a chance to perform at the Super Bowl. You know what I mean?
You know, hard.
Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit nervous.
Saying.
Fucking
no, it's not a fight.
TV.
Huh?
I said TV next. Stand back.
Nah. Bonnie, man. Bonnie. I mean, Stevie Nicks ain't got a strong enough voice. You know what I'm saying?
That's my baby.
Turn around, bright eyes. Turn around, bright eyes.
For the night. You know what song? You know the remix to that song I like, The Bulls. Like, that was on the Hangover. I really need you more tonight. I really need you more.
I don't care what nobody say. Bonnie Tyler, she sung the shit out of that song. She only needed one song. That song was a whole album.
If you remember when they were singing the song, singing Bonnie Tyler at the Hangover wedding?
Yeah.
One of the funniest movies on the planet. How can you forget? We ain't gonna do a show about movies because, man, that's a great movie. Oh,
Welcome to the candy shop. I let you lick the fucking lollipop. I'm like, what the fuck?
no, that's one of my favorite part of that movie. When what's his name? Kim Jong, or whatever his name is. I can't think of it right now. He was like, I'm not talking to you, fat geezer.
Okay, wait.
Favorite part.
Wait, Toyama, wait a minute. Toyama asked, do you have any suggestions for any potential singers? Now I understand what she was asking, because at first I didn't know that she was talking about potential singers as far as suggestions for the Super Bowl. Yeah, for the halftime show.
Oh.
Yeah, who would y'all recommend?
What have I not seen at the Super Bowl that I would love to see? Because it. So, are we going by who would be accepted or who we would like to see?
Who you would like to see? Who you think would do a really good job at performing at the halftime of Super Bowl?
I'm going to have to creep into neo soul a little bit. I'm just going to have to creep in there because I haven't seen it.
Jill Scott.
I would love to see Jill Scott with Anthony Hamilton, with Masego, with FJK, and it needs to be somebody else in there too. Let me see. Maybe Common would make an appearance. I like him, but not him. I would love to see Common make an appearance. Duran Bernard. I would love, because he is an Erica. I would love to see Duran Bernard appear too, because he is a showman. He's Jerry, do all the stuff that you like, sit your ass down, but let me see some more. He's going to bring bells and whistles. Jill is going to bring that voice, because without a mic, I bet you she could still fill up at least half of the space, because she's got a powerful voice. And I would love to see the rest of them, because it's just
does she have a powerful voice? Does she? I mean, really, does she? Powerful? Is that the word you want to use for Jill Scott?
No, I don't. Now, in comparison to like an Angela Winbush or somebody like that, she doesn't have those kind of notes. But I believe she has a powerful voice in the sense that she's going to hit some notes. She's going to sing with power. She's going to put everything behind it like she's punching a bag or in a fight.
I think her strong point is her lyrics.
Well, I think her strong point is that the fact that when she sings songs, she like to harmonize about food, like
no. You're not doing that right now. So
you want to
no, you're not doing it. You're not going to do it. Not going to do it. Not going to do it. You're not bringing your 2000. You're not going to bring your 2006 stand up with this guy.
Oh, you remember that? Huh?
What the fuck you mean? Yo. All right. So,
you bringing your 2000.
It's not going to happen. Not going to happen. I'm shooting this shit down. Bow.
You know who else I'd love to see come to the stage? I'd love for them to bring back some 90s, early 2000 hip hop. I would love to see Wu-Tang come with some other people and tear the stage up too. Those would be my two right there.
You know, I would actually like to see New Edition.
Yeah.
I'd like to see them, but who would they bring with? What kind of over the top would they do?
I don't know. I would let them decide that.
Oh, I would love that too. Or what if they had them and who else was the boy bands when they were out? If all of them made a group come back together and did something and traded off with each other.
But here's the thing. Hold on. I would want them to do. No, I don't want Boys II Men. I would want New Edition without Bobby. because Bobby got to get his shit together. He bringing down the group. He's slowing down the group. This motherfucker is like Elton Brand when he came to the Sixers. Like, no, you fucked up you fucked up the full court. You know what I mean? Like, we no. So, but I think that they could put together some shit because they really know how to perform. And they have the catalog to do it. They got the catalog to do it.
But you also got to realize something. When you get New Edition, you get 4 other groups.
I don't want those other groups. They don't fit.
New Edition, you got Belle Biv DeVoe, you got Johnny Gill.
Oh, okay. In that regard, yeah.
Oh, that would be nice. They have appearances. Now that I would love to see that. I would love to see that.
Well, it wouldn't be no appearances. They there.
You know
New Edition is Belle Biv DeVoe.
We'll have to bring Bobby there because Bobby, you know, his songs is some of the most popular songs of the group.
They could do it without. They could do the show without Bobby.
Could do it without Bobby, but I don't
you do that. You do not have to have Mr. Telephone Man.
I would like to see Bobby and let him even do his songs.
He can't sing. He can't sing. He can't dance. I'm sorry, you're a liability. He's done. He's done.
Liability.
I'm serious. Have you seen this motherfucker on stage?
But they're not gonna.
He's the youngest one on the team. He's the youngest one, and he the oldest one.
He been eating, bro. He been eating.
He look bad. Motherfucker can't dance worth shit. He can't sing worth shit. Like, he's a liability.
Go ahead and say, I got a little soft spot for him because he suffered a lot of loss. And I just commend the fact that he wakes up every day after all that, you know.
Yeah, a lot of people work. I work at a hospital. A lot of people wake up every day. That shit ain't so impressive. Anyway, so I would like to see New Edition in the halftime show. I would like to see what they could do. They have the catalog. Without Bobby, they have the performance. They can get it done.
You want to see Troy?
Well, y'all came up with some tremendous ones. You know, I was going to say Jill. You came up with a good one, son. And I think that, you know, let me really dig deep. Like, I would like to see, like I said, like when you brought up, even when you brought up Bonnie Tyler, it took me back to, you know, I would like to see Hart. I would like to see, Stevie Nicks and some of the fucking Pat Benatar, old school rock, women rock. You know what I mean? Give a little.
That's a nice one.
You know what I mean? Old school women.
Nice thing.
Start off with fucking Blondie and let them do her thing, and then go from there. You know what I mean?
Wait a minute, Blondie is not a girls group.
Well, Blondie is pretty. Well, I'm saying you start off with her.
You mean Deborah Harry?
Debbie Harry, yeah.
I like the theme though. Old school women rock.
The theme. I'm feeling what you was. That would be dope. That would be dope. Maybe like think about like Stevie Nicks, Pat Benatar, Joan Jett.
I was just going to say that.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to see Cyndi Lauper come out.
Maybe Cyndi Lauper, maybe Belinda Carlisle. I don't know if the rest of the Go-Go's can make it.
Go-Go's. That was my fucking group back in the day when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
They're not considered rock brothers.
Yo, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
They were
sure wasn't nothing else.
They were some of the biggest whores after their show.
That's what made them rockers, Troy.
Shit, made them better, but yeah, fucking right. Shit. I mean, you gotta realize something. There's never been an all woman fucking Super Bowl show.
No, that's a good idea. That's an excellent idea for real. I like that. Yeah, I'm definitely fucking with that. That's dope. That's real dope.
I was
But you
paying
gotta
for it.
understand,
I was paying
all them
for it.
chicks is old. You know what I mean? You have to remember
That would
that's
make
gonna be
me better. It's
that's
because
definitely gonna be the.
and have some young girls come out.
I don't know, man. That shit is gonna be like Geritol and Depends. It's a lot of incontinence on that show.
Yeah.
I still don't see it though.
Yeah. Oh, and T. Carey, right? I want to tell you something. Ricky Bell is the shit.
I agree. All right, we about to do these birthday shout outs and get on up out of here. Let's do it. All right.
Happy birthday.
Hold on. What before we do that, let's take a look at the poll. Out of 30 votes, do you care about the halftime show at the Super Bowl? 40% said yes, I love it. 20% said no, it's just a formality. 27% said I could take it or leave it. And 13% said I'll watch it if my favorite artist is performing. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. I'm actually surprised to see so many people. Well, it was only 30 people, but I mean, say that yes, I love it. Sometimes you have to realize, the diversity of reasons that people, check out an event, and then you can start to understand more of the expectations that people place on things. You know what I mean? So that's pretty cool. All right, now we're gonna do these birthday shout outs. But before I get to the birthday shout outs, if y'all have any last things that y'all want to say, y'all can get it off your chest now. All right, bet. I'm about to say bet. All right, y'all out.
I just want to say, as we head into this weekend, and I know a lot of people are feeling this weight from these shutdowns and all these things going on. I'm glad we have this show on a Friday so we can release a little bit. And today it kind of got a little heavy for a minute, just because there's no way around it. This dickhead is in our faces in everything we do and tries to take the air out of it all. But, we still come together. We find a way to get through it and have a good time. So I just hope you guys keep that in your heads as you go through whatever it is you're going through and feeling this, the weight from this jackass. And also stay safe, be at peace, love on your loved ones, and be careful. That's all I got to say.
Facts.
The only thing I got to say is I'd like to give a shout out to everybody in the live stream. I better make sure I say the live stream because I don't want T. Carey right cursing me out. I like to say happy belated birthday to people who I didn't remember birthdays. Be safe, be blessed, and enjoy the rest of your week. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Good to see you came back, Marvina. You've been coming back. Welcome to the family. You know what I mean? We all supportive of everybody in here. And I love my brother's son and my sister Kelly. Enjoy the night.
Same.
I'll be up all night cooking, son.
That's what's up. Do your thing. All right.
Peace, everybody.
All right, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Be safe. All right. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious October 3rd, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They get number one out the box. David Matthews Sr., happy birthday to you, and Tammy, Tamika, Matthias, Haroon, Saran Page, Kamara, Paulding McGee, Bilal Kayum, Gigi, Juanita Walker, Tony Minor, and she calls herself Minor Tony, Kyrie Minor, KD Barnett, go get up my girl Carrie Batista, my man Roy Lark. He must have came back. I've been looking for my brother. That's my young boy. And last but not least, Gail and Haley. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness. Wait a minute. Wait a goddamn minute. Nah, yeah, I fucked up. That was today's birthday, as in Saturday's. Let me go to the right birthdays. I messed up with the birthdays. October 3rd birthdays are as follows. Bonnie Clyde, the one and only original Empress, Pansy, Quanda Smith, Tim Duncan, Katrina Stanley, Vanika Ross, Robbie Robinson, Adawit Getachew, Key Michelle, Natasha Dye, Pebbles Tyndall, Susan Williams Boyd, and my older cuz, Lois Vines. That's what I'm talking about. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious October 3rd, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn to rock out. Rock on and do the damn rock out. Rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and go hard, go for yours, and yo, Super Bowl halftime. A lot of people listen to that thing. It's the pastime. They feel good about the music that comes on, but sometimes the political stunt's going to warn us to be on our joint. We gotta have our head on a swivel. Make sure it turns. Just like the world turns, the world burns, and I'm gonna make sure I've got my turn to be the best out here. I'm gonna still appear to be the best. Yo, I have no fear. I ain't scared of nothing, but I know that something is out there that's kind of horrific. Let's be specific. I'm trying to tell y'all about the ways of the world that'll make you think you and can't get ahead, and I don't really sometimes know what to do. But me and my boo, we be chilling, I'm just laying back, make sure I count stacks, the money from the floor to the ceiling. I'm feeling that I should get into something kind of feeling. Bad Bunny will be performing, and a lot of people is hot, and some is just getting warm when they realize that, everything ain't going to be the way you want to, and that ain't your prize, but the disguise that you put on, acting like you ain't a white supremacist. That shit is a nemesis, and it's the enemy of the positivity, and we got to do better than that. And I think that he who knows that the time is coming that we all got to come together and stop bumming. And we can all get a piece, and I'm going to release the beast and make sure they understand that I won't tease you for being different than I am, because I ain't got time to be trying to run no scam. It ain't all about the money with me. I think that she would understand what I'm doing. I won't leave you in ruins. It's two in this thing, not just one. And we going to get together, have a little bit of fun. And the fun don't never have to be racked with danger. And we gonna make sure that we hook up with some strangers, but the good ones, and not with the weirdos. But sometimes the weirdos come through and they be like, "Here, yo, pass you a drink, pass you a smoke." I don't do either of those. But back in the days, I said, no joke, yo, we going to have us a good time, and people got to get together and let the sun shine. It ain't summer no more. We right in the thick of fall. Got something to say that all y'all. I'ma see y'all 1:30 in the afternoon Eastern Standard Time coming through and let me shine. Yeah, you shine too. Yeah, I see you looking bright. Yo, y'all see you got some new clothes. Yeah, you looking tight. Yo, your fit is good. Yo, I say your shit is good. Yo, I'm going to get with all y'all. Just get it understood. I'ma holler back at y'all, each and every one. Yo, remember tomorrow, 1:30, Urban Therapy with Sun. And I hope to really see you there. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and everywhere. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. Love y'all right back to life. We will be back 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for another Urban Therapy with Sun show. So make sure y'all come on through. And we will be talking about some real fly shit. Let me see if I got a topic for them. Nah, fuck it. Just come through 1:30 p.m. You know what I mean? Go ahead and get some sleep real quick right now. You know what I mean? Sleep about 6-7 hours. And then, come to the show. You know what I mean? Let us rock out. All right? For now, y'all be safe. Peace. Hit the like button. Share the show. Subscribe to the channel.